Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, and I'm a New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and I'm also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the renowned percussionist and vocalist, Adam Mastrocola. For more on Adam, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the amazing talent of Adam. Well, hello, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Will? Nice to finally meet you.
I know, so great to meet you. And the audience got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent as a percussionist, even though you were also a vocalist, but we are going to get into all of that in this moment. But first and foremost, Adam, I want to thank you in front of everyone for your amazing work as a percussionist on the world premiere recording of Little Black Book, a musical that I co-created with the lyricist, librettist, and composer, your friend and mine, Mr. Billy Recce.
Yes, thank you for being a part of it. I mean, it was really, really cool to do. I mean, given everything that is happening right now, to be able to put such an amazing product out there virtually, and do that all. It was really, really cool and a great experience too.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like living in our new normal in a sense. I mean, who's to say that after this all, somewhat goes away, if it's going to be a new way of recording, because Broadway Records just did such a beautiful job. And obviously, we had Lloyd and so many people, kind of fine tune this product so that it sounded as if everyone was in the same room, and you just freaking rock it out, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, it was cool. It was a really nice process. I got to pull out whatever percussion instruments I wanted to, which is another benefit of doing it virtually, was that I got to go to a studio and have the space, experiment, throw everything at the wall and see what stuck. And Lloyd, as you said, did a great job, like taking all of that and making a really cool, really good performance all around.
Absolutely. And Adam, I'm not surprised you're so talented, because I've learned this past year that Billy has surrounded himself with what I call an amazing, talented tribe of people that I am so fortunate now to not only be a part of, but, with my director hat on, I can't wait to work with you within, a proper piece of theater once everything returns. And I want to know, you've had so much success already in your amazing career, playing not only across the country, but especially in and around some of the hot spots of New York City. But before all of that, I want to know where it began for you, where you grew up, and when you knew that you loved both, because by the way, you're also an accomplished vocalist. So when you knew that this was going to be a duality within you, that sometimes you'd be playing, you'd be a percussionist and a vocalist, and sometimes just one or the other.
Yeah. Well, I grew up on Long Island, in Hauppauge, New York. And my passion for playing the drums started at a very young age. And the second I had the opportunity to participate in band and participate in chorus at school, I did. And just singing, and there was a lot of singing at home in my family too. So I was always exposed to music, which was really cool. And I was always encouraged to do.
Mastrocola, Nunziata, I get
Exactly. You know it.
And if we weren't singing, we were yelling.
That's
but
right.
Anyway, at least that's my family, my therapy. I don't know.
Oh, you're right. And that you would call the singing yelling. Like they're interchangeable words.
Well,
They're synonyms, really.
They're all sustained notes.
Yeah, right. Right.
Keep going.
Yeah. But so I was always very encouraged to pursue music, and I think that was the biggest plus for me, and what reminded me to keep going and keep trying. And eventually I became a student at Adelphi University, and I was given the opportunity to do both. It took extra work for me to dedicate to vocal lessons and vocal performance, and working in theater and working in opera and working in all of those mediums, as well as all of the percussion, doing percussion ensemble and all of that. but I knew it grew me as a person and as a musician, and it made me feel like I can participate in music making throughout the world, right? Throughout the country in some degree, which is what I find most important about making music, is
You know,
just being in that community.
what I love so much too, Adam, is I think you're a perfect example of someone who didn't put themselves in a box. In a world today where sometimes we like, the world likes to put us into boxes, especially as artists, because it's digestible. But the fact that you were like, no, these are two of my blisses within the world of music. And you not only traverse the landscape of these two disciplines beautifully, but you unapologetically learn the craft of both. And I want to tap into that a little bit, because I want to bookend for just a moment, and then we'll actually get to some of your favorite experiences thus far. I love the fact that you committed so fervently to your education, but now as a working artist for many years, you also now give it away as a vessel, but also as an educator yourself.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit about why you became an educator.
Well, it's so funny that you asked me this, because today one of my students literally came up to me and said, "Mr. Mastrocola, why did you become a music teacher?" And it's the first time that, especially this year, that I've really gotten to tell someone that. And it really, going back to what I was saying about being a part of a community, I know the joy that music brought me, the home that being a musician brought me, and the safety being in that room and being able to make music throughout my whole life, that I knew that this was something that I wanted to give to others, to give to students, right? And kind of give back to music in general,
Yes.
because of what it did for me. And being able to guide students into finding that passion, even just as appreciators of music, is what
Amen, my
matters to me.
friend. It's interesting. I was actually speaking with my husband about this the other night. I was very fortunate to perform for 25 years professionally, but always wanted to become a director and a creator, and especially for the theater. And I feel like I get to become like that teacher self as a director, right? There's no, and you can attest to this. There's of course no feeling about standing downstage center at a major concert hall doing your thing, but there's also nothing like seeing a student or an actor or a musician you're working with that you've been able to somehow instill even just a little bit of confidence and
Mhm.
see them shine. There's nothing else like it.
Yeah, those aha moments when they get it, when they've been working on something and you've been working with them and they finally get it, the look on their face is priceless.
I
It
love it.
what makes it worth it, really does.
I love it, my friend. Well, listen, you've performed again in so many wonderful places around the world, across the country, but I want to know about here in New York City, if you had any favorite specific moments that you have as both percussionist, vocalist, one or the other.
Well, I've had a number of really great opportunities, and being able to balance that with education has always been really cool. Being able to work during the day, all right, and then hop on the train and then pull up into Times Square and walk out and walk up to the studio, and work with Billy, for example, is like always such a cool. It's such an interesting. It feels like you're running like two lives at the same time. And for me, one of my first most memorable performances was the first time I got to work in the city, and I got to go to Feinstein's 54 Below. It was Billy Recce's first performance, first Snowflake Jamboree, and just the experience, the being in the green room and being, going onto the stage and setting up and
You're
having
a part of it, New York, New York.
Yeah, it felt like a movie moment.
Did your parents get to go?
My parents did not get to go, unfortunately.
But
They
I'm
don't.
sure they heard all about it,
Oh,
because,
they,
and I'm
yeah.
sure they're so proud of you. And I love that image that you painted, Adam, because as much and as long as you've been a professional for,
Yeah.
there is always that moment getting off the subway to a gig, right? That
Yeah.
like there's that 11-year-old that still lives within you that like I'm sure you appreciate, and I know I do. I think we both probably are Italian upbringing, to live in that gratitude
Yeah.
And I just love your spirit. I love, again, not only what you've accomplished as a percussionist and a vocalist, but the fact that already at such a young age, you're giving it away as an educator. And I'm so excited that you're coming on board this amazing new groundbreaking social media app that's going to allow you to also connect with more musicians and people around the world.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. As I was looking into what FENIX has to offer, it just seems so innovative. And I think that's what we all need now, is something that breaks the mold, something that's more connection, something that's more community based, something that's more focused on the art, right? And focused on maintaining artistry, if you will, maintaining
Amen.
musicianship, maintaining a sense of authenticity, I think is the best word. To and to that connection, right? Because it's all a part of a big connection, right? I don't want to sound too corny like Kermit the Frog, like
No,
Rainbow
are you kidding
kind
me?
of thing, but
No, you're not sounding corny at all, because I think now more than ever, especially these last 14, 15 months, I think what we've all been able to do is look within and realize and maybe even appreciate even more the
yeah.
power of connection and community. And I can't wait to speak with you again. And I'm so grateful for your time today, Adam.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. The future is bright.
Take care, my friend.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.